your town hall meetings start?
Shelley, we have a media packet for everybody, and we have a list of town hall meetings. Yes, they will start June 23rd in Winnebago County here in Rockford, the 30th in Harvard at McHenry County, the 14th will be in DeKalb at Whiteside, the 14th will be at Sterling and Whiteside, the 21st Lake Somerset, Stevenson County, the 28th Byron in Ogle County, then we'll have Galena, Belvedere, Thompson, and Roscoe. We have a media packet for all the media people. It will show film clips, it will give dates, and give you all the information. Right now, I'm employing a local media consultant here in Rockford, Illinois called Comtech, and that would be one of your main contacts. Okay? Yes, sir?
If I were to campaign for you and I'm talking to farmers and I'm talking to small businessmen and they say to me, well, we voted for Manzullo, we know him, he must be a pretty good fellow. What would be some ideas that you could give me as a campaign worker to say back to these farmers and small businessmen?
Sure. One of the best things is that I listen and I learn more. I'm as comfortable in a farmer's field as I am in a boardroom. I have the intelligence to sit back, listen, analyze the situation, work with other people, and come up with a solution for the problems. Don Manzullo is not a bad guy. He really hasn't offended a lot of people. But what has he done? What progress has been made? Route 20, connecting Freeport to Iowa. That would be a lifeline for manufacturing industries that has sat idle for 40 years. People have tried to get that done. Why hasn't that been done? What about our manufacturing base? What about upgrading technology for our manufacturers? What about listening and working with the unions? We all want to work. We all want to work together. And that's the key, is working together, crossing party lines, and working with each other. So, any other questions? Yes?
Don Manzullo fancies himself as the manufacturing representative or congressman. Although I think his record shows the opposite. Do you care to comment about that at all?
Absolutely. I will represent manufacturers. I will represent small businesses. As I've talked to people across this district, a lot of people, when they say I'm a Democrat, they say, I don't want to talk to you. You're not in favor of small business. That's not true. I'm in favor of small business. Look at Freeport, Illinois. We have 14 mid-sized manufacturers, and we're trying to help those people help themselves. And that's the key. Provide the infrastructure, provide the avenue for businesses to grow. Don't try to make them grow. Don't try to force their business plan. Listen to their business plan and move forward with it. Any others? Yes, sir.
Could you give me an idea? I'm not from Freeport. Could you give me an idea of what you have done for Freeport?
Freeport, certainly.
That would be a good thing to pass on.
That would be great. 2 years ago, we had a record number of building permits pulled out, $76 million in permits. We had a healthcare facility go up. We have a retail facility go up. Those all helped the city of Freeport. They helped employ about 500 different people for a wide variety of retail into healthcare. We go after mid-sized manufacturers, try to help them and support them to come to Freeport, Illinois. We try to continually build our infrastructure. How many communities the size of Freeport, 26,000, can you say have passed a spending plan for $10.2 million to increase, to help fix our water and sewer infrastructure in a delicate time like this? We did it for $2 a person per month moving forward. We're able to find a revenue stream and build the infrastructure so we can stay ahead of the curve. We developed TIF districts, one of the few incentives that the state of Illinois has, to make sure that we're poised and we're on the cusp of renewal when this economy turns around. But we listen to people, do it the right way. We have town hall meetings and we listen to constituents. Generally, when you have projects like that, $10.2 million is pretty big in the scope of Freeport, Illinois. We had very little pushback, almost none. People saw the value of staying ahead of the curve so it doesn't turn into a $20 million project 10 years from now. Yes, sir, you had a question?
Yes, Mayor, do you have any specific plan for people, let's say, age 55 to 65, who lost their jobs in present economy, they lost insurance, their chances of regaining employment are probably slim to nothing.
Yeah.
And it seems to me they've forgotten.
It is. I'm 50 years old, and 50 and 55, those are the new 40 and 45. We have much more energy. We have life expectancy that's longer, and we want to work. We're passionate about working, and they have been the forgotten few. Somebody on the end of what people thought were their working careers, they don't want to retire, and many of them can't. They want to continue to work. We need to bring jobs back here. We need to focus on mid-sized manufacturing, technology, healthcare, so people can move back into the workforce. Some people will have to be retrained. I'm sure will want to be retrained to go into a different avenue. Some of the jobs that we've had have been gone, and people say they can't come back. I don't believe that's true. I believe working together, we can build mid-sized manufacturing again in the Rock River District and the district of the 16th Congressional District. I got a question for you. Do you have suggestions on how we can do it?
Well, we'll have to think about it.
Okay, but we have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people that live in this district. And among all those people, we can find solutions to our problems if we just sit and listen. Some may be far-fetched, but some may be right on target. So what we need to do is come together in groups and listen to our constituents. We have very smart people here, hardworking, intelligent people who want to be successful and want to have their jobs back. I've gone to the IBEW, and they've been gracious enough to host some events for me and support me. But you know what? They have a lot of membership that's not working. People haven't worked for a year and a half, and that's not right. Not when we send thousands upon thousands of jobs offshore. You know, I hand out campaign t-shirts. They're made here in America. I handed out census t-shirts a couple months ago. They're made in Haiti. Why is our government sending those jobs to Haiti? Why aren't we taking care of the people in our nation? Why aren't we why aren't we electing somebody who represents the people of the 16th District? I believe November 2nd we will. They will elect George Gaulrapp. So, any other questions?
Mayor, what made you decide you wanted to run for Congress? Why change from your position now to U.S. Congress?
Okay, first of all, I love my community. I love Freeport, Illinois. I love that I had the opportunity to help our city and work with other people in a team atmosphere. But you know what? We can balance our budget, which we have in Freeport. We recently cut $1 million off of our budget because we knew the state of Illinois was not going to pay us. But we were smart enough to know that. And we're smart enough to solve the problem ahead of time. We can put our services on the street, but when I walk outside, and it happens often, people will look me directly in the eye and say, Mayor, I need a job. It's really tough. We can do some things locally, but our problems are a national problem. We need to have jobs here. We need to retain our current companies here and our manufacturers. We need to help them expand, and we need to bring back the companies that had left. You know, when men and women look you directly in the eye and say, I need a job, that's the toughest thing. That's why I had a decision to run. We need to bring employment back to their states. So the three keys of this campaign will be employment, energy, and education. As you see our state cutting funds for education, that is the worst thing we can possibly do. We have to have the best and the brightest in our nation, our state and our district. Okay, any other questions? Once again, I want to thank you for coming. I know the media, you have limited resources and time. We will not call press conferences unless there's a meaning behind them and a purpose. You know, if I have an abscess cut off my leg, I'm not going to call a press conference and tell you about it. If I have a hangnail, we're not going to call you and tell you about it. We're going to make sure that they're important issues because you don't have time to waste, and neither do I, because I'll be on the road listening to people. So thank you very much.